What's up, Tan and J-Man Show Nation? This is Tanner Lee, one half of the Tan and J-Man Show, and boy, do we have a great deal for you. Right now, when you go to tanandjmanshowstore.com and type in the promo code TANandJman when you check out, that's right, Tan and J-Man, all in caps, you get free shipping on any order through the end of 2021. That's the end of 2021, that's December 31st, 2021, so if you're looking to get yourself a short sleeve t-shirt, long sleeve t-shirt, hoodie, pint glass, coffee mug, stickers, so much more. TanandJmanShowStore.com makes the perfect holiday gift, supports our show, and at the same time, you can look great doing so. Please go to TanandJmanShowStore.com and buy some merch today. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy another brand new episode of the Tan and J-Man Show.
You are watching another episode of the Tan and J-Man Show here in the Lockport, Illinois studios. I'm the J-Man. There in the Rochester, Indiana studios, there's Tanner Lee. How you doing tonight, T-Dog?
I'm doing pretty good, J-Man. You know, my basketball team was number one in the country for a whopping 3 days.
Hey, it's 3 days more than most.
That's true, but new rankings came out today. They only fell to number 3. I was expecting 4, 5, maybe 6.
I wonder if they would have... how far they would have fallen if they would have not come back yesterday.
Outside the top 10. I don't know how far, but thankfully don't have to worry about that. But we got plenty of college hoops to discuss later on. We got some NFL, maybe some college football to talk about. So loaded show again tonight.
Yes, sir. Hopefully we don't run out of time like we did last week.
Yeah, I think we'll manage our time better tonight. Hopefully we won't forget segments and sponsors. We were kind of all over the map last week. But
that's why you guys tune into the Tan and J-Man Show. They're so unpredictable.
We're the most professional podcast out there. All right. I got some Birdie Bogey for you tonight.
Let's hear it.
So the Heisman Trophy ceremony was over the weekend. Bryce Young, quarterback for Alabama, won the Heisman Trophy. I want to know what schools have had the most Heisman Trophy winners ever.
Seems like I should know this.
So it's schools.
Uh-huh.
That's all I'm saying.
Schools.
Yeah.
Huh.
Could be 2, could be 3, could be 4.
You going to gain 4 strokes tonight, you think?
No. And I know I'm already done on the year. That's why I'm not giving you any more hints. I don't care if you miss.
Birdie Bogey brought to you by Noble Gnome LLC for fresh, locally grown, nutrient-dense produce from Bryce and Katie Romine of Mentone, Indiana. Like them on Facebook, follow them on Instagram, and check out their website, noblegnomellc.com. Get your veggies.
Before we get too far into the episode, I know the viewers watching the show can see the bottom ticker scrolling, but the audio viewers can't, or the audio listeners can't. But TanandJmanShowStore.com. Use promo code TanandJman. That's in all caps for free shipping through the end of the year. So if you're looking for a last-second Christmas gift, get a Tan and J-Man Show hoodie like the J-Man's wearing, get a TJS shirt like I got on. There's plenty of other Tan and J-Man Show shirts. There's bucket shirts. There's coffee mugs, tank tops, zip ups, a little bit of everything. So, and if you like picking games, if you think you're pretty smart when it comes to college football, we got a bowl pick'em contest going on. It starts this week. The 17th is the first bowl game. So you need to have, So there's 44 bowls. And it's every single one. You pick the winner. You put the confident points on it from 1 to 44. And the winner is going to get themselves a free selection of a T-shirt from our store. So no entry fee. It's free. So if you're interested, just contact Josh or myself, and we can get you that link, or the links on our Twitter and Facebook. So
we need to come out with a shirt design that just has our faces on it. Like one individual face. I should grow my beard out as long as possible. Just put it on a shirt.
I think we can make that happen. We'll find some designer that can make that happen. But
I'm sure.
Sounds like a bestseller.
It's a winner.
Sounds like a bestseller
right there.
But you better get your picks in, J-Man.
Yeah.
I'm still working on mine. It's
yeah.
Yeah,
Didn't
I'm
know the
working
bowl
on
started
mine
this
because
week.
there's some bowl matchups I know nothing about either team, so it's just going to be a Hail Mary guess. That's why I put confidence points on it. Though confidence points is a thing on the Tan and J Man show, so I thought it'd be fun that way because somebody will probably get pretty lucky.
Who's your 44 pointer?
Honestly, I haven't even made my confident points yet because I was looking. I'm like, there's no game I'm just completely confident. It might be Alabama and Cincinnati.
Yeah,
Honestly,
probably could be.
Yeah.
I think Tennessee has a real good shot to win theirs.
I agree. I agree with you. David Bell and George Karlaftis are officially not playing in the
They're not
bowl.
playing?
That was announced today. So
That's smart.
I'm hoping Tennessee's got maybe some guys sitting out. I don't know. I haven't heard that though. So
I'm sure they'll have some players, even if players have some sort of nagging injury that they usually play through, they usually just sit out.
That's true.
It's not worth it.
That's true. But Purdue football did get some positive news today. Aiden O'Connell is coming back for a 6th year. So that kind of puts the quarterback position without a question mark going into the season for the first time in what feels like a decade.
Especially with Jack Plummer transferring.
Yep.
Have you heard anything about where he could possibly end up?
I have not. He was originally going to stick with the team through the bowl game, but Jeff Brom said today he is not going to now. So he is going to be starting to make visits. I guess he's had some interest, but I haven't heard what schools.
He's from Arizona, isn't he?
Yeah. So his brother is a quarterback on Arizona.
And Arizona is awful. I think they went 1-11 this year.
Yeah, his brother started a couple games, didn't do so hot. So
he could go in there and start right away if he wanted.
I'm thinking more of a like Nevada or something.
Yeah.
Would be good for
Nevada
him.
Just lost their coach, didn't they?
To Colorado State.
That's right. We talked about that last week.
Jay Norvell. So, and the coaching carousel kind of wrapped itself up this past week. Oregon hired Georgia's defensive coordinator, which interesting move there. Is Oregon setting itself up to lose yet another coach in the future to a Southern school?
Yeah, probably. I mean, it means they're doing something right, but at the same time, they're a power conference team. You're like, we just need somebody to stick around more than 5 years at this point.
Exactly. Virginia filled their vacancy. Duke filled their vacancy. So I think all the jobs Division I are filled.
Who did Duke end up hiring?
Texas A&M defense coordinator. I forget his name.
Really hoping for Jason Garrett when that rumor came out.
I didn't even see that rumor.
Really? Yeah. I read that one of Duke's top candidates was Jason Garrett, and I thought that would have been fascinating seeing him at the college level.
I know Louisville fans, a lot of them were really hoping their coach would jump and go to Duke because he's from that area, but that would be a step down quite a bit, I would think.
Yeah, quite a bit. But he was coach at App State, correct?
He was, yes.
Satterfield?
Yep. So, but I think all the jobs are filled now. So it started off as a weird coaching carousel and kind of ended in a weird way.
It kind of was huge news and kind of just burst out, and now it feels like it closed pretty quickly.
And Manny Diaz, who left or got fired from Miami, is now the new defense coordinator at Penn State.
Yeah, he was D coordinator at Texas?
Yep. He was the D coordinator. Muschamp was the OC at Texas under Mac Brown.
Interesting.
They all kind of fizzled.
Yeah. It's kind of like the Bill Belichick coaching tree. Yeah, I had something else I was going to say and now I forget. I mean, Penn State's had really good defenses. I don't know what happened to their defensive coordinator.
He got a head coaching job.
I figured he did.
Where did he get the job at? He just got the job a week or two ago. This is going to bug me. I'm going to think about it during the show. I'm going to come up with it. But yeah, he got one of the open jobs. And I can't think of what job it was.
Penn State hires Manny Diaz.
I should know this.
I should know this. This is embarrassing.
Man. Because I feel like we just talked about it.
I don't know. I mean, we talked about former Penn State offensive coordinator Moorhead going to Akron.
Yes, where he.
I'm sure I could find it somewhere, but I can't find it anywhere.
Well, I'll look it up during the show, and we'll figure it out. But yeah, I don't have any other college football news really. I wasn't surprised that Bryce Young won the Heisman.
No, not at all. I did find it funny that he said people have counted him out since the day he was born. He's always been thought of as less than. And I'm thinking, you were a 5-star quarterback at Mater Dei High School in California. You're going to the top team in the country. You start for him. I don't think anyone's ever counted you out ever. You've had everything.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess he has to say something, but yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to pick some bowl games real quick for this weekend?
We can. I'll have to remember these picks for the pick'em contest. Let's do it.
We have Middle Tennessee against Toledo Friday.
Give me the Rockets.
Yeah, give me Toledo.
I haven't watched either team play.
I haven't either. This is probably the most interesting matchup of the weekend. Northern Illinois at 9-4 playing Coastal Carolina.
Coastal Carolina was one of the darlings of the college football year last year. They started off ranked this year.
Coastal's 10.5-point favorites.
Yeah, give me the Chanticleers. Coastal Carolina.
Same. See any other good ones? Utah State and Oregon State.
I'll take the Beavers, even though it wouldn't surprise me if the Aggies beat them.
Oregon State 7-point favorites. Give me Utah State in a mini upset. And then number 23, Louisiana playing Marshall. I imagine Billy Napier is not going to coach for Louisiana.
Yeah, I don't believe so. He did in the conference championship game, but I'm assuming he's now at Florida. I'll take Marshall. I never trust a team that's lost its head coach going into bowls.
I agree. Give me Marshall. That's all I got.
Yeah, not a whole lot, but we'll have more bowl talk in the coming weeks.
It really doesn't get exciting until after Christmas Day.
No.
That's when the games you really want to watch are actually on TV.
Let's see here. Brent Pry, who was Penn State's defensive coordinator, is the new Virginia Tech head coach. That's the job.
Oh, okay.
So,
Gotcha.
There we go. I completely forgot that one was open.
That name sounded familiar now that you said that. I couldn't remember where he was, though.
Yep. V-Tech.
But, yep. Do you want to talk some NFL or you want to hit some college basketball?
Let's talk NFL. Let's keep it in the football category.
All right. 3 winners, 3 losers.
Yeah, kind of difficult this weekend to pick 3 winners, 3 losers.
To find winners anyway.
Yeah, this, after tonight's Monday night game between the Rams and the Cardinals, which the belt's going to be decided for the first time we think this year, if not the first time, second time, the belt comes down to the Monday night game. I got the Cardinals for 8. You got the Rams for 2. So winner takes all.
I think I have a 5-point lead, so definitely comes down to this.
Yep.
Which, I'm used to having leads going into Monday, so that's no shock to anyone. But,
you're a funny guy. But it's interesting. So we're going to have 4 games left for every team after this. And NFC, I'm starting to see some teams kind of maybe separate themselves. AFC, I see 1, maybe 2. And then it's a jumbled mess.
Right. Just 3 or 4 weeks ago, we were talking about, man, the Bills are the best team in the AFC. And now it's like, are the Bills going to make the playoffs?
Yeah.
At this point,
Josh Allen going to be okay. He's in the boot right now.
Yeah. He played really well down the stretch and ended up tying the game, and I'm assuming he'll be fine. But then we've seen the New England Patriots kind of separate themselves from the middle of the pack to now having the number 1 seed in the AFC. We have the Baltimore Ravens, who look like they might be the best team in the AFC. Now they're in this free fall where Lamar Jackson is now spraining his ankle, and they have to play the Green Bay Packers this week. There's not one team that I'd look at and say, that's a really good football team.
Chiefs have won 6 straight. They're starting to click.
But besides the Chiefs, I should have said that. Because I think the Chiefs have found it, especially defensively.
I do too. I told somebody at work today that if I had to pick right now, Chiefs are my representative out of the AFC for the 3rd straight year.
Probably. Yeah, they're rolling.
And I hate it.
Yeah.
Don't stomp on their midfield logo, Raiders, you idiots.
That's the dumbest thing any team can ever do is go and do something stupid like that. We talk about it all the time where Kansas refused to shake Baker Mayfield's hand. It's the same thing.
Yep.
Like, how often do you see somebody like guarantee a victory or do something stupid like that and then get their absolute butt kicked.
Quite a few times when that
Yeah.
happens, it doesn't end well. So, oh, that organization, man, they're just a dumpster
They're
fire
done.
right now.
Yeah. There's so many teams in the AFC that are separated by one game for that final spot or even final 2 spots. It's going to make the final 4 weeks of the year really exciting.
Yep, sure is. But one of my winners this weekend, the San Francisco 49ers, their team I can't figure out one week to the next, but they got a big overtime win in Cincinnati. Big game for both teams there, and the Niners came out victorious. So right now they'd be sitting in playoffs.
Yeah, Bengals were down 14, believe, came back and tied it and forced overtime, and 49ers found a way to win. This year it's been real different because usually I like to pick against West Coast teams that are having to play at 1 Eastern time in the afternoon, but it seems like it's been reversed this year where the West Coast teams actually win.
Right.
Right? A couple weeks ago we were talking, could Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch be on the hot seat? And now we're talking, could they be coach of the year in the NFC? They're playing really well. Their defense has finally gotten healthy. They're running the ball well. Jimmy G's taking care of the ball. They're one of my winners as well.
Go ahead. I'll let you.
One of my other winners is Kansas City Chiefs. They found it again. I mean, they remind me kind of New England.
Yep.
New England would start a season like 2-2, 1-2, something like that, and all of the talking heads would be like, "Is New England finally done?" And then they'd turn it on and win 10 in a row. Well, that's what the Chiefs are about to do. They look like head and shoulders the best team in the AFC at this point.
Yeah, the Chiefs and New England, it's interesting you made that comparison because a lot of times New England's defense starts off the year like trash. And then by the middle of the end of the year, they're dominant. It's kind of what the Chiefs defense is doing right now. Yeah. It's kind of like they experimented with multiple defensive coverages. We're awful at all of them the first 5 weeks, and now they're good at every single one.
Yeah. I don't know how that happens, but they're playing really good football, and some of it probably has to do with their schedule as well. I mean, they had the Green Bay Packers in this stretch, but Aaron Rodgers didn't play.
Sure. Good point.
So, I mean, that has something to do with it, but that's all you need to get going, and it sure feels like the Chiefs have finally gotten going.
It'll be a big one Thursday between them and the Chargers out in L.A. That'll be a big one.
Yep.
One of my other winners, I did not have the Chiefs as one of my winners, but I could have put them there, is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, they got a overtime victory over the Bills. They just seem to win close games. They seem to make the big play when big plays are needed.
It's the Tom Brady effect.
It is.
You just know if Brady's getting the ball back, regardless of how much time is left, if it's a 1-score game, you're scared to death.
You're probably in trouble.
You're probably in trouble. And especially giving him the ball back in a tie game in overtime, it's game over at that point. It's a layup for him.
Yep.
To get just a few yards to get into field goal range, even they needed it.
Yep. Right now, if I had to pick, I know Kansas City's kind of my favorite right now in the AFC. NFC, it would be both of the Bays, Tampa Bay,
Green Bay.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, right now it's shaping up to be.
I know. Same thing.
It's the same thing. Yeah.
Who's your last winner?
Minnesota Vikings.
Hey.
Yeah, I've got to give them a shout out. Sticking in the race here, although they did get up, I think it was 28-0 or 29-0, something like that. Next thing you know, the Pittsburgh Steelers have the ball down 8 with a chance to score.
Yeah, but they start dancing when they get first downs.
Chase Claypool is an absolute cancer. I think Mike Tomlin wants him released like now.
I wouldn't doubt it.
He is the most selfish player I've seen in the NFL. He cares more about TikTok than he does professional football.
One of those Golden Domers.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're all Notre Dame grads. It just seems like I don't know if it's just he's immature or what, but that dude is an idiot. And I think the media's had enough of him. I know the Steeler fans have had enough of him. That was an insanely selfish move to do a first down dance. He caught a ball, picked up 9 yards with 30 seconds left. They were out of timeouts, and he decided to do a little jig to celebrate his 9-yard reception when they're down 8. How insanely selfish.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it for my fantasy team because he's on my team, even though he only got me like 11 points. But yeah, he's unbelievable. I think the Steelers are going to look completely different next year.
They should. I mean, who knows? Maybe this is time for Tomlin to maybe have a change of scenery.
Maybe. I don't know. That'll be interesting. I would guess he's still their coach next year, but I think they'll have a new quarterback. They should build your offense around Najee Harris, and maybe their defense even looks a little different.
Yeah. I mean, TJ Watt's shaping up to be maybe the defensive player of the year.
Yeah.
He has 16 or 17 sacks. You can absolutely build around him, obviously. Sure. He missed a few games as well with injury.
I know.
And he's putting up these insane numbers. So, yeah, I think offensively they'll definitely look different. It's probably time for – or it's definitely time, not even probably time for some change there.
Yep. My last winner is the Cleveland Browns. Even though they escaped with a win yesterday, Baltimore came back and got them. But just when you kind of want to write them off from the AFC North race and the playoff contention, they get a win like that when they really needed it. So that AFC North is pretty fascinating. It's pretty jumbled.
Yeah, I mean, they're
all teams are inconsistent in that division.
Yeah, no one wants to win that division. I would still say Baltimore's probably the best team, but I mean, they're having a tough schedule coming up. Their quarterback's hurt, not playing that well to begin with. So it's really a coin flip at this point.
And Myles Garrett continues to prove why he's a beast every week.
Yeah. Yep. 3 losers.
Well, I will start off with I got only one team under my losers, but I'm not going to start off with that team because I think the biggest loser of the week is Urban Meyer.
I have him on my list as well.
Just quit. Just quit, please. Yeah. Do everybody a favor. Do the Cons a favor. Just quit. You're miserable. You're throwing your assistants under the bus. You're throwing your players under the bus just because you can't handle what was going to be a really tough rebuild to begin with. College jobs are closed. Just do everybody a favor. Just quit and just sail away for a little bit.
I mean, he looks miserable. I don't think anyone's having fun being 2-11 or whatever they are.
No.
Trevor Lawrence has thrown, 1 touchdown the past 4 weeks?
Yeah, it's not going well for him.
He's looked awful, and that's probably a product of maybe the system and the players around him. But you have this constant distraction, starting with Urban Meyer getting danced up on by somebody that wasn't his wife in a bar when his team was flying back or whatever from a game. And then there were constant distractions during training camp as well, saying he's running this thing like a college program. You can't do that in the NFL.
Nope.
What was it? He was making every single position, like he had a grading thing, and he was making every single position from the 4th-string guy up to the starter, like fight for their position in a sense. Yeah. And that's probably why Tebow got a shot, because he
that's a good point.
Fight. He's been a constant distraction from day one. I can't imagine he lasts the season. If he does, the Cons are doing something incredibly stupid.
Which they have done before running the Jaguars, but
I mean, the Jaguars are trash.
Yeah, they are what they are, but
it
hasn't worked. It doesn't look like it's going to work. I just cut ties.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess he can't really pull a Bobby Petrino because Petrino took a college job, but I think if they lose this weekend to Houston, it's time to do it right now with 3 games left, which is insane. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I took Houston.
I did not.
I took Jacksonville. You took Jacksonville? You think they get it done?
Just because they're at home. That was the only reason I took. I pretty much flipped the coin.
How many people are going to be there? About 20,000 or so? It's going to be less there than are at Illinois football games. Urban's done. I mean, I don't know if any college team reached out to him, but
I wouldn't be surprised if somebody did.
I was saying USC from about the moment they fired Clay Helton, and that obviously didn't come to fruition. But one of my losers, Cincinnati Bengals, one of my rare times. One of my rare times I have the 49 or the team they lost to as a winner and them as a loser. Yep. You can't lose at home, especially when Baltimore loses. That's a bad loss.
Now, all of a sudden, the Cincinnati-Denver game this week's almost an elimination game before those two teams. Yeah. It's a really big game.
Yeah.
Because those two teams have, I think of all the teams that are like fighting for that spot, those two teams have the hardest remaining 4 games of overall record of their opponents. So, yeah.
Yeah, that was the game they needed.
Yep.
So, who's your last winner
My last loser
or loser?
are
Sorry,
the Bears when they play Aaron Rodgers.
he owns them.
He absolutely owns them. I saw today now that's the 7th time he has thrown for 300 or more yards, 4 touchdowns, and no picks against the Bears. 7 times.
That's insane. That's as well as the Bears could have possibly played, too.
Yep. You knew it was going to go bad when Carl and Chicago Barstool Sports is talking trash about Rodgers and his wife or girlfriend, whatever it is, fiance. And then the Bears are celebrating on the field, sacks against them. It's like, this isn't going to end well. We've seen this before.
Yep. You knew, even when the Bears were up, I think they were up 11 maybe or 10 after Jakeem Grant's kickoff or punt return touchdown.
Yep.
You knew the Bears still didn't have a shot in the world, and they got outscored 28-3 the rest of the game.
I couldn't believe Nagy didn't go for a 4th and inches when they're down 11.
He's an idiot. I think he's given up.
No, yeah, I think he knows he's done.
They show the McCaskies up in the booth, and I don't think they look like they care whatsoever. The Virginia is about 9,000 years old. It's just they're a terribly run organization, and I don't know who they're going to hire next. Ryan Day has been a candidate that I read over the weekend.
Here we go. Ryan Day to the Bears, Fickle to Ohio State, Urban to Cincinnati. There we go. We figured it out.
I wonder if Day does take it if Ohio State reaches out to Urban just to see if he'd come back. I bet they do. That's kind of a fun hypothetical.
Yeah, or they could just try to get Fickle wouldn't turn that one down.
No, I can't imagine turn it. And I think they'd reach out to him absolutely. Mm-hmm. It's for whatever reason I very much enjoy watching Bears fans miserable. I don't know why. I don't have a problem with the Bears.
Because a lot of them are Cub fans along with you.
I think that's why I don't like them. To be honest, because
some are White Sox fans.
Yeah, and those are even worse.
I mean, the Blackhawks are so bad that
nobody's a fan
of them right now.
Bulls' entire roster and front office all have COVID, and they might end up having to cancel the season.
That's starting to rear its head around the sports world again.
It is. Mm-hmm. And the crazy thing about it is every single player on the Bulls is vaccinated.
Yeah,
every single one of them. And
not trying to make this scientific show or political or anything, but just because you got the vaccine doesn't mean you still can't get it. It just makes you less sick. Yep. You can still pass it on, but it's still good to get it, so you are highly unlikely to get hospitalized.
Yes, sir.
So, yep. Pick'em time, week 15.
Yes, sir.
Thursday night.
Kansas City at LA Chargers.
I don't like either of these teams.
Mm-hmm. I was in Walmart yesterday, and I saw a guy here in the western suburbs of Chicago, head to toe, shoes, shorts, sweatshirt, hat, Los Angeles Chargers.
Hey, I give that guy credit.
Got to give him credit. Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive.
In spite of that, I'm taking Kansas City.
I am taking the Chiefs for 10.
I have the Chiefs for 2. I think night game. I mean, has Herbert thrown 30 touchdowns yet? Did he get there yesterday?
I don't know.
When he does get there, if he didn't already.
Oh, yes, he did. He did.
He's the first quarterback ever to throw 30 touchdowns in his first 2 seasons.
Yep.
He went through a little bit of a slump here the past few weeks, but it seems like he's found it again.
I thought he was the first one since Marino.
Marino, his first year only threw 20.
Oh.
His second year he threw 48, and his third year he threw 44.
Okay.
But he didn't start all 16 games his rookie year. It was.
I saw some stat that Herbert was the first guy since Marino to do something through his first year.
There's a lot of first guys since Marino to do something in their first couple years.
Yeah.
What's crazy is, and this is a little off topic, but Marino held the all-time touchdown record for years in a career, 420 touchdown passes. Brady hit 700 yesterday.
I know.
He's almost doubled him up already.
I know. It didn't Aikman. There was something crazy about Aikman, some stat like with 156 in it yesterday. I can't think that was just the amount of touchdowns he threw, but maybe it was that was the amount of games he played or something.
Aikman
or started
Aikman
maybe
didn't throw that many. I think 165 is about all that Aikman threw.
Yeah,
as
maybe
far as
that was it.
go.
I mean, that was putting it in perspective how great Tom Brady's been. I know the game's changed a lot, but
it's changed. Aikman won a bunch, but
yeah,
I don't want to start on a whole how I feel about Troy Aikman because I do not think Troy Aikman was a very good quarterback, and if he was on any other team, there's no way he'd be a Hall of Famer.
You feel like him, like I do Terry Bradshaw. So
I feel like that about Terry Bradshaw too.
Maybe it's something with Fox commentators.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Troy Aikman is to the Cowboys what Jimmy Garoppolo is to the San Francisco 49ers.
That's fair.
Jimmy Garoppolo hasn't had the kind of talent that Troy had around him.
That's fair.
So give me Chiefs for 2. The Vegas Raiders at the Cleveland Browns.
Like we said, Vegas is done, but the Browns scare me to pick them 2 weeks in a row because that was a big pull by me. I picked the Browns. You picked the Ravens. Yeah. But I'm taking the Browns for 9.
I have the Browns for 8. Raiders can't figure them out. Can't figure the Browns out. This would be typical Vegas Raiders to go in there and win.
It would.
But yeah, I just don't see it happening.
That's another team. I wonder who they get for their new head coach.
Yeah. Haven't heard anything about that yet. I'm sure they'll stay in the pro ranks, and that's probably why we haven't heard it. But yeah. Maybe the game of the weekend here. New England Patriots traveling to the Indianapolis Colts.
Saturday night primetime. Colts are on back-to-back
Saturday night
this week
games.
And next week on Christmas, the Colts play.
I love Saturday games.
Oh, this is going to be a good one. But I'm going with New England for 6.
I have the Colts for 4.
Whoa, Josh Mupp picked the Colts.
Yeah, Colts are playing some good football right now. I don't dislike the Colts nearly as much as I used to.
Yeah,
I think Carson Wentz is playing some of the best football he has in his career, as much as we like to make fun of him. Something about them being at home. I know Mac Jones. I don't know if Mac Jones has lost a road game yet because they lost like their first couple at home and they're 9-4 or something.
Yeah,
I think he finally loses one if he hasn't lost one already, but I think he does lose this one.
I mean, the Colts have arguably the best running back in the league.
Yeah, I would say he is tops with Derrick Henry being injured.
They're coming off a bye week. I don't know if that's good or bad. When you got a little momentum.
Both teams are, though.
That's
both
true.
Teams are.
Well, that even makes the Patriots more scary. Give Belichick and his staff 2 weeks to prepare. I feel good about my pick there.
Jets at Miami.
I made this pick before I saw all that Miami's running backs are all right now out with COVID, but if they
all those guys averaging less than 3 yards a carry,
well,
replacing.
It's the Jets. I'm taking the Dolphins for 15.
Oh man!
Yeah, you're welcome, Josh.
Than I am. I'm taking the Dolphins for 10. I mean, double digits is a lot, I guess, but you're pretty confident. I mean, Jets are bad.
I picked the Jets for 6. They got smacked.
We both picked the Jets.
I'm done with them.
First career start for Zach Wilson against the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins defensive line eats him alive. Dolphins for 10.
For 15, I hope they do.
Hopefully. Carolina at Buffalo. Buffalo needs this one.
Cam Newton stinks.
He is awful.
He's
been benched each of the past two games.
Put Walker in. Just roll with it. You're not going to make the playoffs.
Walker's awful.
I know, but I mean,
Cam's worse.
He's awful. I mean,
Joe Brady was not the problem. I don't know what Matt Rule's
the problem.
He is the problem. Maybe he'll go to Ohio State when Ryan Day takes the Bears job.
I like we're stirring the pot. Give me the Bills. I hope Allen plays for 12.
I have the Bills for 14. I hope Allen plays because it's playoff time in fantasy football, and I'd be absolutely screwed if he doesn't.
Oh, yeah. That is the J-Man fantasy curse.
It is the fantasy curse. First time I've made the playoffs in years, and my quarterback will tear his leg off. Bills for 14. Arizona Cardinals at the Detroit Lions.
Cardinals for 16. Detroit's awful. They're terrible. I don't know how they won a game and tied a game. They are awful. I know they had tons of guys out yesterday with the flu and COVID, but they're bad.
We saw them tie and win, and we know how they did it. I mean, Pittsburgh was awful. The Vikings were somehow worse.
You have to be that bad.
Yeah, have to be.
They are just not good. I mean, they're going to be looking for a new head coach.
Yeah, the players love Campbell, but it's
Mm.
maybe he was just put in a bad spot. But it's been now
They're going to screw up that number one pick.
Yeah, definitely. Cardinals for 15. Dallas at the New York Football Giants.
I
don't know
Dallas.
if Danny Dimes is playing this week.
I got Dallas, but I only put 8 on it, and I don't know why I did that.
I have Dallas for 13.
Yeah, I'm really mad at myself right now. It's kind of like you in Seattle last week.
Yeah, for some reason I thought Houston was going to keep it close, and they didn't. Dallas for 13. Washington football team at the Philadelphia Eagles.
It's kind of a coin flip.
Yeah.
I'm picking the Eagles just because they're at home. Give me the Eagles for 4.
I have the Eagles for 5 for the exact same reason. 1 week, Taylor Heineke looks amazing. The next week, he's awful.
Right.
Micah Parsons might have wrapped up. Maybe, I mean, if he's not defensive rookie of the year, he might be. He might be defensive player of the year at this point.
Yeah, he's a beast.
He's been unbelievable.
He's a beast.
Philadelphia for 5. Tennessee at Pittsburgh.
I don't know why. I'm taking Pittsburgh for 3. I think Tennessee's overrated with their injuries.
I agree. I'm taking Tennessee for 1. They've really struggled without Derrick Henry. I mean, he is the key to their offense. Tannehill's not having a good year.
He can't get it done without him.
AJ Brown's been hurt. Julio Jones has been hurt. I think they're even missing Jonnu Smith, who's with the New England Patriots now, as that tight end red zone threat. But for whatever reason, I'm taking Tennessee for 1. Houston at Jacksonville.
Jacksonville for 1. I literally was going back for them. Like, these teams are so garbage. I'm literally taking Jacksonville because they're at home, but it wouldn't surprise me if they don't score a point.
I'm taking Houston for 6. I think Jacksonville is just going to implode in on themselves.
I can't. What, Davis Mills? Is that the quarterback for?
Yeah. They're both awful. Like, it's honestly a coin flip of futility is what it is. It's just horrendous.
I mean, the worst 2 teams in the league, but Detroit. Never mind.
I might pick Detroit over both of these teams right now.
I don't know. Those 3 are so bad. And then, like, the Jets are bad, but they're so much better than these 3 teams. It's like comical.
It does feel like they're quite a bit better, doesn't it?
Yeah, and the Giants.
Yeah, Giants are bad. Yeah, give me Houston for 6. The Cincinnati Bengals at the Denver Broncos.
This is a close one. Like I said, I think it's an eliminatory game for both teams. The Broncos were playing with some fire yesterday, playing in the memory of Demaryius Thomas, who tragically passed away at the age of 33. He was got in a bad car accident last year, was having some problems with seizures ever since then, and unfortunately had one while he was in the shower. I've said this for a while. I think Demaryius is one of the most underrated Broncos in their history. I think he definitely definitely should go in the Ring of Fame, and I think he will in due time. But it's probably a homer pick here, but I'm taking the Broncos for 2.
I have the Broncos for 3. I actually switched my pick. I was kind of coin flip, and I had Cincinnati for 3 to start. I don't see Cincinnati getting it done on the road. So give me Denver for 3.
It should be rocking. It's the first time the Broncos have been over 500 through 13 games since they were 8-5 in 2016.
Javonte Williams is turning into a star at running back.
He is.
Melvin Gordon had a good game yesterday as well.
He's having a pretty good year.
I mean, that's a pretty good.
I like that 1-2 punch there.
Yeah, it's a really good running back tandem. Just need to get the quarterback situation figured out.
Yeah, they're not paying Teddy was $20 million a year.
Yeah, like he wants. Teddy was fine yesterday, but against the Lions. So.
But until you need him to beat you or beat an opponent, that's not going to happen.
Then it's a little different. Yeah.
Right.
So Denver for 3. Atlanta Falcons at the San Francisco 49ers.
Taking the Niners for 7.
I have the Niners for 11. I have no analysis for that one.
I think the Falcons are boring.
Yeah, it's time for Matt Ryan to get out. Who knows if some team will want him for like a year to see if they can do anything.
Maybe Pittsburgh if they don't revamp the roster a ton.
Yeah, I don't know. Seattle at Los Angeles Rams.
Rams for 11. I know Seattle's won, I think, back-to-back weeks, but they're 5-8. I would like to see the Rams play tonight before I put this 11 down, but I think Seattle's done. I think Russell's got to be on a new team. I think Pete Carroll might be on his way out at the age of 70. Yeah. Give me the Rams.
Yeah, Rams have been a little bit on the struggle bus here recently. Got back on track against Jacksonville, which that's easy to do.
Hopes, yeah.
Except the Miami Dolphins. Man, Dolphins lost back-to-back games to the Jaguars and Falcons before they started their 5-game win streak.
Forgot they lost in London to the Jaguars.
When those two, and they're sitting there at 8-5 and feeling pretty good about themselves.
I forgot about that. Oh, goodness.
Give me the Rams for 9. Green Bay Packers at the Baltimore Ravens.
I got the Packers for 13.
I have the Packers for 12.
And that's even if Lamar plays, he's banged up.
Yeah, so. They say he could play. This is one of those games where you might not even risk it. I mean, you're probably going to lose either way. So I know that's not how teams operate, but give me Packers for 12. New Orleans Saints at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, Sunday night primetime football. Give me the Bucs for 14.
I have the Bucs for 16. That's my highest confidence.
I was waiting for your 16-pointer to come out.
Yeah, Taysom Hill's not it. T-Money Wiggles not it. Jameis Winston might have been it. He was having a pretty good year before he got hurt.
But now they got to make a weird decision with him, so they might be drafting somebody or going after a free agent, potentially maybe Russell Wilson.
Yeah, Russell, maybe even Matt Ryan. Who knows? Maybe he'll just swap states. Yeah. Minnesota at Chicago.
Give me the Vikings for 5, but it wouldn't shock me if the Bears pull off the upset at home.
Yeah, I agree. I have the Vikings for 7, but Monday night game, could see the Bears getting it done. Justin Fields threw 2 picks yesterday, but for the most part played pretty well. Give me the Vikes for 7.
Yep, we've been picking the Vikings a lot lately.
I know, and they've been losing a lot lately too.
Except they won this past week. So.
They did this week. I got a word association here. It's NFL related.
All right.
Christmas is coming up.
Yes, it is.
And every single Christmas up until I don't know what year, I got Madden. So I have 15 Madden covers here. I'm going to go through them, starting with Eddie George.
Oh, Eddie George. They say he started the Madden curse, but really he didn't get hurt that year. So really it was the next year, and Dante Culpepper started the curse. But Eddie had a bad year, I believe, that year. So, but right when I think of Eddie George, I think of the Titans crowd just chanting Eddie. Eddie. Yeah. That's the first thing I think
of. Dante Culpepper.
Him to Moss, man. I wanted his jersey so bad when I was a kid. I never did get it, but he and Moss were so fun to watch. Those Viking teams.
Riverboat.
Chris Carter.
Riverboat is the thing that I think of. You remember that scandal when those Vikings players with all the women on the boat?
Kind of coming back to me now.
Yeah, it was like 2004, 2005 ish.
You remember the dance he used to do? The like do that. Then he became a dolphin. And he stunk.
Yeah, that's not completely out of the ordinary.
Nick Saban.
Marshall Falk.
Marshall. Man, he was good. Greatest show on turf.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I don't remember him as a Colt, but he was the best running back in his prime on the St. Louis.
He was kind of before his time, too, because he caught so many balls out of the backfield.
Yep.
That's a pretty normal part of the game now, and it wasn't as much back then.
Warner, Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce.
Yeah, that team put up some points.
Yep, and then even Kyle Bowler Kyle Bowler. Mark Bolger. Kyle Bowler was the Baltimore Mark Bolger. Yep. Yeah, Bolger. Jeez. Yeah.
Michael Vick.
Most electrifying NFL player pre-dogfight actions on him.
He is Lamar Jackson is what people thought Michael Vick was.
Yes,
Lamar's so much better, but
I agree.
They're similar. Lamar throws it better. Vic had a cannon though.
Yeah, the Michael Vick experience. They had like an amusement park ride about the guy.
He was a quarterback before his time too, because now you see quarterbacks like him and you didn't back then.
He was the funnest player to play with ever on Madden. Yeah, 99 speed as a quarterback. Just run. Get out of the pocket and run.
Ray Lewis.
His dance coming out. I'll keep it PG. His dance coming out.
Keep it not true crime here.
And his team's magical lucky Super Bowl run the last year he played.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about that some more?
Do not. Yeah. Nope.
Donovan McNabb.
Chunky Soup.
Yeah,
He was always on the
his mom's
Chunky Soup commercials. That guy, made 4 NFC title appearances in a row and couldn't get it done, and finally did get it done one year.
Yeah, and then lost to that
New
was
England.
the whole Terrell Owens
Playing with screws in his ankle.
Yeah. broke his ankle. That was kind of the start of the horse collar tackle
Sure
too.
Was.
It kind of
Sure was.
Sean Alexander.
Underrated.
He was elite back in the day.
Yeah, just wasn't, Seattle wasn't a flashy team back then, but he made him get some attention.
Vince Young.
Flop in the NFL, but greatest college football game I've ever seen. Him and USC in the national championship in the Rose Bowl.
Brett Favre.
Wrangler jeans.
Yeah.
The guy just should have hunted up before he did, but pure Iron Man, just a tough son of a gunslinger.
Yeah. He was tough. He had a personality to him that was
kind of fun to watch. They made 2 covers for him that year. One as a Packer, then as a Jet when he came back.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
Troy Polamalu.
Hair, head and shoulders.
Mm-hmm. He had that little thing he did where he'd sprint to the line and try to time it and jump over and get the quarterback, and it worked almost every single time too.
Yeah.
Larry Fitzgerald.
Nice hands, Larry.
Nice hands, Larry.
Caught everything in his vicinity. One of the truer, classier guys to play in the NFL all time.
Yeah. Yep. Peyton Hillis.
Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels traded him because the rumor was something was going on between Hillis and his wife, or some flirtatious rumors. He traded him to the Browns. I don't remember what the Broncos got in return, and he was all the hype off of about 2 good years.
Yeah, I was going to say he was about a one-hit wonder.
That Arkansas running back core was Peyton Hillis, Darian McFadden, and
Felix Jones.
And they won like 7 games.
Yeah, they weren't that good. Their quarterback play was terrible.
Yeah.
But they could run it.
Matt Jones was he their quarterback? Matt Jones? The wide receiver
for
the
Jaguars took him in the first round as a wide receiver. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Darren McFadden was one of the most exciting college football players to watch, kind of in the Reggie Bush era,
right,
which that kind of hurt him a little bit because he had to go up against Reggie Bush, but he was good.
He was.
Calvin Johnson.
Oh, Megatron, man. I mean, he was the Detroit Lions. I mean, he still had a few good years left in him, I think, before he retired. Guy was just a beast. He could be triple covered at times. It didn't matter.
Yep. Richard Sherman.
Jerk.
Yeah.
Good player, but he's a jerk.
He is never wrong either. Have you ever noticed that? When he gives up a touchdown, he's like, that wasn't my coverage. I don't know what you're talking about. It wasn't my coverage.
Crabtree. Yep.
Crabtree. Yeah. Then the legend himself, John Madden.
I mean, yeah, like you said, legend. I mean, he was a legendary coach, probably the most famous, at least NFL broadcaster of all time. Turducken. I mean, he just a legend. About everybody knows who John Madden is, or at least the name Madden. Yep.
That's all I got.
That was a good one, Jay, man. I like that one. I just played a Madden game before this podcast, so that was very fitting. And the Word Association segment is brought to you by Rhett Lee, Attorney at Law. Rhett Lee and the law office of Andrew Key LLC are located at 206 4th Street in Logansport, Indiana. Rhett provides legal services to the people of North Central Indiana and provides criminal defense, family law, and personal injury. If you need a lawyer who cares about your results and will fight for you, call Rhett today to schedule a free consultation at 574-722-2221.
This episode is brought to you by The Dam Landing. Whether you want an epic burger, hand-tossed pizza, hand-bread tenderloin, seafood, craft beer, or a handcrafted cocktail, The Dam Landing is the place to be. The Dam Landing is a bar and grill located on beautiful Lake Manitou, focused on freshness and quality. The Dam Smoke is there every single weekend. Is it still there?
Yeah, it's still there right now. Coming soon, they're opening up a new location for people familiar with Rochester and the surrounding Rochester area. What used to be Slappy's Barbecue is going to be Smoke Break.
It'll be amazing.
Mm-hmm. The signage is up, so it's coming soon.
Nice. You can wash down their delicious food with one of their 16 beers on tap, including a constant rotation, today's best microbrews and domestic flavors, or a handcrafted cocktail made using fresh ingredients. Taking the fantastic views of Lake Manitou in their beer garden or outdoor bar area. Whether it be boats or wheels, the Dam Landing is the place to be, located at 1305 Ewing Road in Rochester.
And this episode of the Tan J Man Show is also brought to you by Circle 15 Golf. Circle 15 Golf is a brand focused on bringing tour quality products and experience to the everyday golfer like the J Man and myself. It's built on 25 years of tour experience, featuring the Genesis glove, the most durable and comfortable glove available in the patented Glove Hub, the first and only glove humidor on the market. Find those products and hats, different repair tools, ball markers, and more at circle15golf.com. The perfect gift for the golfer and your family.
I kind of want to be educated.
Yeah, I was going to say, you want to get educated real quick before we wrap it up and talk some college hoops?
Yes,
on this day, on December 13th, in 1956, the Dodgers tried to trade Jackie Robinson to the Giants for pitcher Dick Littlefield and $35,000, but Jackie Robinson decided to retire rather than be traded.
Good for him.
This was a sad one, but it has to do with the state of Indiana. On this day in 1977, 14 University of Evansville basketball players died in a plane crash.
I remember reading about that.
Mm-hmm. On this day in 1983, 9,655 people saw the highest scoring NBA game when the Detroit Pistons beat the Denver Nuggets in 3 overtimes by a score of 186 to 184.
Man, that would have been
a lot of points. It's a lot of points. On this day, 1996, free agent Roger Clemens signed with the Toronto Blue Jays.
The Rocket.
A lot of people forgot that he played for the Blue Jays. Well, you think of the Red Sox, definitely the Yankees and the Astros.
Mm-hmm.
Who won the 63rd Heisman Trophy Award on this day in 1997?
97, that's got to be Charles Woodson.
That was Charles
Ricky
Woodson.
Williams. No,
Charles Woodson.
Charles Woodson.
He got it over Peyton Manning. Chad Pennington and Randy Moss, I believe, were the other 2 finalists.
They were college teammates too.
I could be wrong about Pennington, but I'm pretty sure he was there. On this day, 1998, the President's Cup in golf was won by the international team for the first time, I believe the last time. 20.5 points to 11.5 points. Yes, it was played in Melbourne. Royal Melbourne, sense. Yep. On this day, 1999, who won the 65th Heisman Trophy?
99. Was that Eric Crouch?
No. A couple years earlier. 99. Big Ten player.
99 Big Ten player. 99 Big Ten player. I don't know.
Ron Dang.
Duh. Should have got that one.
On this day, 2003, who won the 69th Heisman Trophy? 2003.
Was that Carson Palmer?
No.
The year before?
Palmer, I believe, was the year
after?
Yeah, before, no. I think.
Yeah, Leinart was 04, I think.
Yes, Jason White was 03.
He was as forgettable of a Heisman as you could possibly get.
He was like a sixth year senior before that was even a thing.
He was 40 years old.
On this day, 2007, the Mitchell Report was publicly released, listing the name of 89 Major League Baseball players that had previously used anabolic steroids and human growth hormones. Notable players included Roger Clemens and Miguel Tejada.
Yeah, we were in high school when that came out, and we talked about it a lot.
Mm-hmm. On this day in 2010, who won the 76th Heisman Trophy?
2010, was that Robert Griffin III?
No, that was Cam Newton.
11. Man, I am 1 year off on these guys.
They're hard. Yeah. On this day, 2014, who won the 80th Heisman Trophy?
2004. Was that Johnny Football?
Nope.
Man, was he 13?
I don't know. It was Marcus Mariota. Marcus Mariota.
Oh, Mariota.
On this day, 2015, who won the 81st Heisman Trophy?
2015. 2000. I'm not even going to guess. I don't know.
That was Derrick Henry. Should have guessed. But that's going to do it for the On This Day segment, which is brought to you by Proforma Print House. If you're looking for a trustworthy, dependable resource for your next trade show, company picnic, or sales meeting, Proforma Print House has over 50 years combined experience in promotional products and commercial print. They strive for a fast and efficient response to all your print needs. You need to look no further. Let them be your one source print and promotional company by giving them a call at 574-210-3815.
College hoops.
College hoops. We didn't leave ourselves a lot of time 2 weeks in a row.
Not again. Your team lost a heartbreaker.
Oh man.
As big of a heartbreaker as you could possibly get.
You screw around on the road and don't put a team away when you need to. Crazy things can happen.
Yeah.
Crazy thing happened. They were up by 10 with 8 minutes to go and didn't put them away. And I felt good before the game. Geo Baker not playing. He's a Purdue killer, but that woke up Ron Harper Jr., who tied his career high in points that night.
Yeah.
Guy couldn't miss and hits a half quarter at the buzzer. When Purdue scored with 3 seconds left, I'm like, all right, we're going to get out of this one with 1 point win. I don't care how ugly it was. And then Heartbreak City, like you said. But
that was crazy.
It was just like I've seen Purdue lose at the buzzer before, but I don't think I've ever seen even a shot longer than one barely behind a 3-point line that I can remember.
I remember Glenn Robinson the third hitting that buzzer beater
a few years ago. Into overtime.
But other than that, I don't remember ever watching Purdue lose on like a true buzzer beater like that.
No, it was just right when he released it, I had a feeling it was going in. I know that's cliche to say, but
no. I'm right there with you. I was watching it.
I thought they guarded him pretty well too, without fouling.
They guarded him really well. It was an insanely lucky shot, but it is what it is. It really means nothing in the grand scheme of things. It just sucked until they won yesterday. I'm sure.
Which then they didn't wake up till 5 minutes left in the game yesterday. Yeah. I mean, they weren't hitting their shots and they were getting their butts whooped on defense. It looked like they were getting outplayed. They were getting out hustled. It's like, what is going on? And then all of a sudden you can see their energy and their like attentiveness. It just kind of clicked with 5 minutes to go. And some of their veterans and their seniors, Sasha Stevanovic and Eric Hunter, finally woke up and made some game changing plays towards the end, because Travion Williams carried that team. He has 3 double-doubles in a row. Jaden Ivey might get the press headlines being the NBA guy, but this is Travion Williams'
their
team.
MVP.
He is this. He might not even start, but he's the closer. This is his team.
Yep.
So they gutted one out. Wasn't pretty by any means, but it might be good for him in the long run. Get finals week this week and prepare for Butler on Saturday, which is not going to be easy. And thank the Lord, is the last Crossroads Classic.
It's a terrible week during the week of college basketball, Big Ten wise. We have like Wisconsin playing Nichols. We have it's nothing really until Saturday,
right?
Where you have the cross. Did they change where the Pacers played their name?
Yeah, about a month or two ago.
Good Lord. They change it
Bridgegate, I want to say, or something like that.
Gainbridge.
Gainbridge. See,
I'm like, what in the heck is Gainbridge Fieldhouse?
Well, Baker's Life wasn't supposed to have it for like the last 2 or 3 years. And then they didn't find anybody to take it over. Yeah. It's all about money, J-Man. But this is the last year of the Crossroads Classic that started in 2011.
Yeah. This will be the J-Man's Book of Prediction of the week. Both Big Ten teams will win in the Crossroad Classic.
I hope you're right about one of them.
Notre Dame had an extremely lucky win against Kentucky.
They've won. They beat Kentucky 3 straight times in South Bend.
Really?
If I was Kentucky, I'd stop scheduling that game.
Seriously. Kentucky got scared of Indiana after Indiana beat them once.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they're still playing Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
The one Notre Dame game, Kentucky game, I always remember is that Elite Eight game where Kentucky ended up finding a way to win with Karl Anthony Towns. But Notre Dame's bad too. That's a bad loss for Kentucky.
Not a good one.
J-Man's Book Prediction of the Week brought to you by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Travis Watering for life, home, auto, renters, business, workers' comp, and farm insurance. Contact Travis at 219-869-4561. His email is travis.watering@infb.com. Real quick, Ohio State plays Kentucky in Vegas.
Yeah, it's part of that thing where UNC and UCLA is part of it too. That's kind of the rumor why Indiana wanted out of the Crossroads. They wanted to get into something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Kentucky bounces back and beats Ohio State.
I think E.J. Liddell is the best player in the Big Ten.
It's pretty good.
Give me Ohio State. I don't know. I just feel like they're playing really well right now.
Ohio State smacked Wisconsin around over the weekend.
Yeah, they did, which Indiana choked against Wisconsin.
Only a 22-point lead.
Yeah, that's it. And, it was only 19 in the second half as well.
No member of their roster has ever been alive when Indiana won at Wisconsin.
All right. Give me that birdie bogey so people on TV can hear it this week.
Yes, Birdie Bogey, Heisman Trophy. What schools have had the most Heisman Trophy winners ever?
I have no idea.
Okay, I'll give you. There's 3 of them. There's 3 of them tied. That's my hint.
Texas, Notre Dame, and Ohio State.
You got 2 of the 3.
Oh,
if I was nice, I'd give you a par, but I should just.
Oh, you're not giving me a par. That's fine.
You said Ohio State, Notre Dame, Texas.
Yep.
You were close as Ohio State, Notre Dame, Oklahoma.
7 I should have guessed Oklahoma because they had back-to-back.
7 apiece.
Oklahoma's
had 4 since 2000.
Yeah, I mean Jason White,
Bradford.
Heupel.
No, Heupel's runner-up the Wiki.
Heupel's runner-up. That's right. Bradford's the one. Bradford was so forgettable.
Mayfield and Murray.
Yeah, I remember the Mayfield and Murray. Thanks for watching the Tan and J-Man Show. We'll be back at it next Monday with another episode. Have a fantastic week, everybody.